What are your thoughts on how this is playing out?
That was regrets. Big time. It was just a silly little comment that just slid in there, and my whole world has flipped upside down. I'm really, really stinking proud of myself for how I've been handling it. I didn't think I could because the world is harsh. And you could say anything. You could say, I like the color pink, and people are going to demolish you. Like, it doesn't matter what you say. I am so proud of myself, and I have just been taking it with grace and just making humor of it, and it is what it is. Thanks, guys.
Well, one couple who certainly knows what it feels like to be in a love triangle, but to come out on the other end with a very happy ending, is Zach and Bliss from season 4. Now, you may have heard they're expecting, and we're excited to share with you a clip from their recent baby shower. Take a look.
Themselves reporting live from we are so excited. I just can't believe our best friends were having a baby. So for those of you that might not know, we're having a
baby girl. We got a girl on the way.
I'll just say
that's not a
we're gonna have some
toy for
amazing parents. I have no
you.
doubt. Zach and Bliss, they are madly in love. The sweetest couple on the planet.
Cheers to this beautiful couple and being Cheetah, we're all here for you.
That is not a toy for you, little man.
I was really hoping and this is one of the greatest ones ever. Next to Bliss.
I covered it all, but I love
You're such a crazy pants. Why are you so crazy? Why are you so crazy?
We love seeing our Love is Blind family growing. Chelsea, Kwame, Brett, Tiffany, you guys were there with some of the other pod squad. How are Bliss and Zach doing?
They're doing fantastic. Being ZR, like, they're great people. And so it's really amazing to see everything that they've desired and wanted, and everything that this journey has kind of yielded coming to fruition, because we know that that's what they wanted. They lived about 5 minutes from us in Center City, and then they moved to suburbia, and it was like they knew where their life was headed, and that's what they wanted and envisioned. And it's so cool to see it come into life.
We still see them a lot. Call her every day. They're just really excited. A couple months away.
Bliss and Gigi are not the only ones from the Love is Blind family who are expecting. Alexa, how are you? How are you feeling?
Hi, Alexa. Doing very well. Just,
What do you think
it's
you're
really
doing?
fun. It's really exciting. It was a journey for sure. 5 months pregnant now. Went through some fertility issues, and it was a roller coaster, and we were, unsure if it was ever going to happen for us. And 2 months away when we were going to be starting IVF, it happened naturally. And so, it just, and I can't wait to, have our love be physical, like in a baby. I think that's what I'm really excited about, and see a combination of both of us. And now looking for a house so we can put the baby somewhere.
If I'm gonna follow you back, you have to spin the wheel, babe.
Baby has a name and everything. I'm really hard not to say the gender right now, but yeah.
Just want to say that she's been a rock through this whole thing. It's been an emotional journey for both of us, her especially.
You in that little fucking paw right now?
It's just wanting to have a
You
family
in
so
that
bad.
little paw right now?
It's wonderful having this kind of come to fruition.
And we had a lot of fun practicing,
Yeah, baby.
So Alexa's always been one to be honest and direct, and we love that about you, girl. So I want to ask you if you have any questions for our season 6 friends. I have a lot, but I learned my lesson at my reunion. So I'm not going to say everything I'm thinking. But Brittany, to you, I don't want to make you uncomfy, but did either of you just want to, do it and see if that created the crave?
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. And finally, we get our time, okay? Honestly. So going into this, I made a promise to myself
I was like, look, I'm going to wait until marriage. And yes, a lot of people have asked me that. And we were even asked that in the DR, like, why don't you just do it and see? My thing is that is a supplement and it's an addition to. And I should not have to first test that out to then make my decision. I wanted to be 100% confident, and that was my choice. And so we agreed to make a promise to ourselves and to each other, and that's what we were going to go with.
Papa.
And it didn't really need to be tested out to figure out where we were at.
Kenneth, I gotta ask you this. When you guys got back from the DR, you could almost hear people screaming for you to get off of your phone. Like, when you watched it back, did you realize that you were so into your device and not so much into your fiance in that moment?
So I don't want to say that to my fiance because I was. So I want to say that. But what I will say is, we all know I'm a principal, right? I love my kids. I love my families and my parents, my teachers. I spent about 3 weeks away from them. I'm a very on-the-grounds principal, so what that means is I'm like in classroom, in the hallways, all of those things. I make commitments to my families and parents and kids every day.
Crazy.
And so having the opportunity to reconnect with them was not just for me, but also for them. They're not used to having that big lapse of absenteeism with me and their communication. I love my job. It's the most precious thing to me, but so is my love, right? So I'm trying to find the middle ground of how you still keep
My goodness, buddy.
like honor who you're with too. Even though I was so on my phone, I own it. I was on my phone a lot.
So people think that he was either playing Candy Crush or looking at pictures of dolphins.
Okay, so yes, that's what he was looking at. It was a picture of trying to find me in a dolphin costume, okay?
Yeah, that has been the one.
I love you posted a picture with your face in a dolphin costume, and she wrote, "I'm just dead."
So, Kenneth, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't seem like you were that fazed by the breakup, and I think some viewers, even calling it gaslighting. How do you respond to that and to your reaction in that moment?
Yeah, one, I can totally understand how that looks, right? I can own how the perception is.
No, it's my little
baby. Important to bring to the space is everyone processes differently. I know most times you see the emotionalism come in. That was there, it doesn't happen at that moment. And so when people say oh, he just didn't care, no, and that actually was not the case. I called Clay in shambles, bro, this is what happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I can understand how it looks, but everyone's different.
Sure. Well, let's move on from the past to the present. Where do things stand between the two of you now?
We speak nearly every day. I get FaceTime calls at work. I call him at work. I've met people at his school that he talks to. And I think that although we are no longer in a relationship together, the bond that we have is going to last for an eternity. And I'm happy with that.
Well, one thing you know, he's always got his phone, so you can always reach him. Never not gonna pick up.
Our joke was he was going to run down the aisle to me
on
for
my
sure.
On the phone.
So you guys,
okay, take a picture of it. You'll have it forever.
You guys are obviously friends at this point, which I think is fantastic.
Very much so.
If a lasting friendship from that is, that's amazing. Do you guys give each other dating advice? Have you gotten to the place where you're comfortable doing that?
Hey, man.
You want to talk about our conversation the other day?
Yeah, we actually had a conversation the other day just about when we get into the phase of really dating other people, how that affects us. We're extremely close. We talk every day. It's a very close-knit relationship, but we're also very respectful people, right? So we don't want to offend the person that we talk to because of our rapport with each other.